Hey man, and today I'm going to be reacting to an internet historian video on the incognito mode channel. This one's called Conspiracies. Don't know what conspiracies you're going to talk about, if any. Probably going to go on a side tangent and go off from there. Will there be a creepypasta? Who knows? But yeah, conspiracies. I mean, I've heard of them before, but I think the most recent one had to be probably like it was like something to do with like Avowed or Dragon Age Veilguard and why it's not selling well, stuff like that. But like they're giving out any reason besides it being a mediocre to bad game. But anyways, I'm gonna see what he's gonna talk about.
NordVPN by YouTube brought conspiracies.
Okay.
Conspiracies. What are
Oh.
Sure. What are conspiracies?
Oh, it's the ground lizard, right? What was it, ground news, right?
What are...
Contrails.
All I want to know is, what are Wait a minute. Are they making the green M&M less sexy? He figured it out.
A delicious scent.
I'm not a big conspiracy guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I kind of just like the little ones that don't really matter.
Who's
Give me an
that?
example.
I recently...
Who's that? I think that's like the first time I've seen that person. Usually it's either like Sumito, Many Kudos, Ordinary Things, right? So.
Yeah, I kind of just like the little ones that don't really matter.
Give me an example.
I recently was grocery shopping and I bought a limited edition detergent
Okay.
that was wild berry scented. I opened it and started using it right away. And every time I clean the dishes now, I think, wow, that's a delicious wild berry scent.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
then I go to a hospital, right? And it just stinks like chemicals. And it's like, we have the technology to make cleaning things that smell delightful.
Oh.
Yet you go to the hospital and it smells like cat piss?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like when I was a kid going to the dentist. Like when they would clean your teeth, they would like give you a choice of different flavors, right? Or at least for me, they would give you a choice. I think it was like between grape or cherry or strawberry, something like that. But then when you grow up as an adult, they just give you the thing. They don't even give you like a flavor thing. They just like clean it. So at least in my experience, I don't know if they give other adults the flavors in other states or other countries. So yeah, that's just my personal experience.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That is a good point.
Probably, I'm gonna say like probably because of with the berry scent, you're just using it for personal purposes, whereas in the hospital it's like you're trying to be sanitary, and that might not be. I don't know.
What else have you got?
So when I was a kid, my sister had been to like a party with glow sticks.
Right.
Okay.
And so she put a bunch of them in the...
Did you hear that? The music. It's the AI. It's the AI song.
had been to like a party with glow sticks.
Right.
And so she put a bunch of them in the freezer because she had heard that if you put a glow stick in the freezer, it stays glowy for longer. I think that's not true.
It does. No, it does. It slows down the chemical reaction.
I mean, in a way, yes. If it's true, then yes. But then if you're gonna put it in the freezer, it's gonna still be glowing in the freezer. So you gotta take into account that time that's being put in the freezer.
There's no chemicals. It's just little green goblins, I'm telling you, with their little torches.
Yeah.
So I'm a kid, right? And we used to have, like, ice blocks. I don't know what
Oh, I
yeah.
know exactly where this is going.
Otter
How many
Pops.
did you drink?
Just the one. But I go into the freezer, I go, oh, wow, that must be some new thing. And I get some scissors from the kitchen, I snip it off, and I drink it down.
It's non-toxic, right? I mean, he's still here talking about it, so I assume it's non-toxic.
What in color was it, and what flavor?
It was a reddy purple. It tasted like
Okay.
soap, but it was spicy like Tabasco. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Now, here's where the conspiracy comes into it, right? My sisters are running around screaming in circles. He's gonna die! He's gonna die! Oh no! My mum's on the phone with like a poison control hotline or something.
I mean, that's like the smart thing to do.
Being like, my son just drank a glow stick.
You're the worst mother in the world.
This is your fault.
I hope you made plenty of nice arrangements for the funeral, man.
No.
There's no point making a closed casket. He'll just glow right through.
Put him in the freezer. He'll last longer.
But yeah, so here's the thing, right? They're saying, you can't drink glow sticks. They're toxic. You'll die, etc. The poison control people, their solution was, I had to gargle ice cubes, not to neutralize the chemicals, purely to get rid of that spicy, annoying sensation. So here's the conspiracy. I drank a glow stick, zero...
Do not drink glow sticks. Glow sticks contain fluorophore dyes, diphenyl oxalate, hydrogen peroxide, and dibutyl phthalate. Pretty sure I butchered the names.
Adverse effects. Nothing happened. So they've been saying, oh no, don't drink glow sticks, they're bad for you. They'll make you sick. But I could have sworn I could see in the dark. Nothing bad happened.
So nothing bad happened. Soapy.
With a hint of Tabasco.
Wild berry.
Wild berry. Oh my god, maybe it was a wild berry. Maybe that's what, oh my god. You don't think. No,
it's just going to be.
That's a conspiracy. You're just making it up for attention.
The toilet buttons are like what?
Oh, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while.
So like the bidet buttons, or because my toilet doesn't have a button. I mean, I've seen toilets that have buttons that like flush, but
Toilets.
Yes.
I think there is no standard for what the big button does and what the small button does.
I've seen it, but I
No,
haven't
I'm
really
going
used
to
it.
need you to elaborate on that.
So, okay. Very often, people go number one. Less often, people go number two.
Okay.
So, naturally, the big one is the one that's frequently pressed because it's the big one. It's the one that everybody aims for, right? So that
Okay.
should be the small flush.
I feel like...
Exactly. Now look at this one.
No, don't misconstrue me. I think you're an idiot.
So you're telling me that the small button gets pressed more often than the big button?
It's...
Yeah, it's not so simple, is it?
I understand your logic, but I think it's
I'm just now learning about the big and small button. Because like all the ones that I've seen that are button based, there's only one button. It's just a flush. I've honestly never seen it outside from like images that, like I've never seen it in person. That's a 2-button. Usually it's either like a lever that you push or just a singular button.
built on a weak predicate. You're conflating big with important, when in this case, big means big, in that it's the big flush, it's the full flush, and the small means half flush. It's
mean,
Now,
makes
so you're
sense.
telling me that this button gets pressed 5 times as often as this one on the left?
I know.
I don't believe it. So what I'm saying is that across all toilets, there is a non-standardization. Look at this. Which one is it?
It's 1 water and 2 water. One
Yeah.
is less water and one is
That's-
more water. It's like that's so clear
That's
to me.
simple.
Wrong. 1 big drop for solids, 2 smaller drops for liquid. Which one is it?
The one on the left is the half flush, and the one on the right is the full flush.
Which one's the bigger one? You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Only the plumber.
The one on the left is the full flush. The one on the right is the half flush. Yeah, go on. Give us another one. This is easy. I can do this all day.
Not so easy now, is it?
The one on the left is the full flush, and the one on the right's the half flush. Maybe you just don't have an eye for it.
I think this.
Wait, how is it the half flush if it's what? It doesn't. I guess like area wise, it doesn't look bigger than this. Like one looks like a moon, a crescent moon, and one looks like the sun. Does it mean like since it's like a moon and people usually just tend to go like number 1 when they wake up in the middle of the night, if that ever happens, then they use that. Whereas
This is like gold like the sun.
Oh, that's
so
what I
it's
was saying.
P,
Yeah.
And then dark like the moon. So it's the darker stuff.
Why is it
Oh
red?
no, I said it was the other way around. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
What if we just had one button, and
Yeah,
instead
that's the one I've
we
seen.
used AI
Oh no,
to
never
determine
mind.
how large the flush should be? Or a dial and a button. Turn
I'm sure there's an AI toilet out there somewhere.
the dial for small amount, more, and full.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I always will go the small one,
Really?
100%.
I don't think I've ever pressed the small button.
Well-
And I don't in public bathrooms because I don't like the idea.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold it and then get very sick. But I always press the big one because that's the big button. Why wouldn't I press the big button?
Maybe it's because I've grown up in places where there's levels of water restriction. I half flush on number 2s.
Really?
I almost never use a full flush. Like, I could not tell you the last time I've used a full flush. I remember when I
wow.
learnt the rhyme, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. And I was at my mum's work when I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8. And I was in an elevator with my mum and a woman who I found out was her boss. And I was like,
no.
Mum, check this out. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
What? And then you just said the rhyme?
Yeah, and then Mum's like, oh, that's great. That's great, shut up. She's like, I wish that glow stick took you.
There was a time we were on tank water and we used to have a saying, if it's yellow, say goodbye, fellow.
What?
If it's brown, let it stick around.
What? That's gross.
No flush for number 2. Big flush for number...
Oh.
Ad time.
Like, his stories with toilets are always so wild. Like, what was that one where, like, he threw paper towels in the toilet, got clogged, and then he tried to fix it by using cat litter, and then had to get acid to try and melt the cat litter or something like that. That was a wild story.
What does the VPN in NordVPN stand for?
An ancient society has kept this knowledge hidden for millennia.
Or at least, that's what my archaeologist grandfather told me.
Oh,
Behold,
no.
Nord Boy, one of the Nord ruins' many puzzles. See how it reroutes my data.
Whoa, you just opened the Theodore Roosevelt. Where are we going, Nordman?
With NordVPN servers all over the globe, anywhere the clues lead. Look, on the
I still have to play that Indiana Jones game.
back of the Statue of David. Give me your UV light. It's a message from the founding
Or
fathers.
this will be like National
With this,
Treasure
we could
or
get the
something like that.
international Netflix catalog and a whole bunch of other geo-locked streaming
Probably both.
content like BBC iPlayer and Japanese DTV.
All the clues are lining up with the next solar eclipse. We gotta get to the...
I've seen people like sponsored with the NordVPN talk about the Netflix stuff. Like, did they roll back the thing? Because I thought they made an announcement saying like you can't do that or else you'll be like charged more or something like that, unless if they actually rolled that back.
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier before this exclusive deal expires.
Uh-oh, it's the Society of Online Marketers. We've been trying to track
Don't get
your
me
every
wrong,
step,
there's like
Nordman. They want to make an online
good
profile
uses
of our
for
web
VPNs,
traffic
but-
so they can target us with advertising.
It's just
And
like
I
Netflix
can't let
specific.
that
I was
happen.
wondering.
Is that what I think it is?
Martin Luther King Jr.'s Dreamcatcher.
No.
Don't let go, Nordman!
I wasn't going to.
The eclipse is happening now.
It's the button.
The ancient riddle.
Virtual, private.
guy.
We've got 2 of 3.
What could the N stand for, Nordman?
I'm afraid.
There's I think 3 ways you can go with this. The correct way, the referential way with those like very personable guy with the isekai one, I think, or you can just go with the racist way.
Need to find out.
N stand
What's that?
for, Nordman?
I'm afraid to find out.
From the producers of Nordshank Redemption Nord and director Christopher
Okay.
Nordland.
Nordland.
I'm afraid your adventure stops here, Nordman.
Hand over Harriet Tubman's cipher, or I'll shoot the boy. This temple had its IP address exposed. It's gonna
Oh
collapse.
no!
The key to the cipher. It's on your grandfather.
I'm sorry for pausing a lot, but this just came to mind that
It's gonna collapse.
this animation's probably did more animation in this than they did in the well fall from Uzumaki in episode 4.
The key to the
This
cipher.
just came to mind.
It's on your grandfather's old pocket watch, which he gave you on his deathbed in his will before he died.
If it was known, it would mean the end of civilization itself.
Oh, network. It's network. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I thought it would be.
National treasure. So get NordVPN today.
So
Go
it
to
is national treasure.
NordVPN.com/incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months.
Oh, that was kind of right.
Ad over.
Oh.
Had to get some
machines?
MRIs a while back. They were really long. It was like an hour and a half. I'm in this f***ing machine, so it was like really boring.
Did you not have a phone?
No, but they gave us headphones which played music. The guy was like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, I usually mostly listen to like video game stuff." So he's like, "All right." So he goes. Fuck, this is already making me laugh. So he goes on YouTube Music and types in video game music playlist, and he's like, "What does this look
no.
all right?" Now it was a bunch of like Undertale and stuff. So he
Okay.
puts it on.
Yeah.
Puts me on the table, and he puts the headphones on, locks my head in, and the music starts playing, and it's the Skyrim main theme song. Just
Okay.
imagine this mental image of me getting fed into an MRI machine. While it's Novakin. No. That was very funny.
And then like once you go in and like blacks out and you just wake up into the wagon.
But later on, when I came out of the machine, he was like, "Oh, how's the music going?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's great. It played some stuff from Shin Megami Tensei 4, which it did." And he goes, "Yeah, and Donkey Kong."
Wow.
Oh, now that's relatable.
Well, okay, the point of the MRI story was not the Dovahkiin music. The point is that you're in there for like an hour and a half, and it's just making a bunch of really loud noises, but you can't see anything happening.
Was it an MRI of your head?
That was my whole spine.
Your whole spine.
It's crazy technology. No.
It is. It is. Do you reckon it's real?
MRIs. Now, I reckon they just put you in and then they just get someone in Blender and they just like put together a spine and they're like, "Yeah, there it is."
Yes.
And they just make it all fucked up and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna have to take your spine out, put your spine back in."
You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were a kid, did you?
They do it up for the put you in. It's like, you don't have any like metal piercings, any tattoos, da da da. You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were 4, did you?
Like, isn't like very? It's all like metal. Because I think I remember seeing like it was an episode of House where this person went in for an MRI, but then started to like feel so much pain because he had tattoos that were done in prison and that had like some metallic substances in it, and so the tattoos were basically ripping out, going into the machine, something like that.
No, ma'am. Have you ever had an MRI before?
Yeah, actually, my doctor was worried I might be just like too
Or
smart.
too handsome?
Yeah, and so they had to take a whole bunch of scans and they were like, "What's going on? These numbers are off the charts." And they were seeing like parts glowing and stuff, and they're like, "I think this guy's using more than 10%.
There's actually no problems at all. You might be the most healthy and handsome man we've ever scanned.
Right.
Can you sign this document? It's just a release form. I'm like, yeah, anything for a fan.
Moon bad.
What do you think about space? I like it.
I honestly don't. Perhaps we went to the moon, but I think the footage we have isn't real.
I think
Okay.
they went to Mars and filmed it there.
Just because the lighting was better?
Yeah, we don't have the technology.
They just color corrected
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
honestly, that makes a lot more sense. Because they were going to do it on Venus, but when they tried to green screen it out, it just, yeah.
Because they're not directors, so they would just be there with the f***ing cat. Like, they don't know to hold it in, like, widescreen mode. They're, like, there with their phone, doing it in vertical.
Can you imagine Neil Armstrong's up there with the camera, and he doesn't realize he's actually got it on selfie camera, and he's just like, yeah, check this out. It's just on selfie camera.
They had to reconstruct it off the reflections from
The
his helmet.
reflection. Yeah.
So there's the three. There's Armstrong
Buzz Lightyear.
and Collins, Andrew Collins.
Well, I'm just going to say third astronaut. in case his name. Michael Collins.
Oh.
Nice one, Egghead. Oh, he's dead. That's a shame.
He died on the moon.
Yeah, they'll have to leave him there.
Right.
Oh, look, here's a picture of Michael Collins meeting President Trump.
Oh, really?
That's nice. Yeah.
Some say it was his greatest achievement.
His greatest It's like, oh, so he's busy. We can get you Obama. No. Well, I mean, I like the idea if it's just like Trump like doesn't know who he is. He's like, oh, yeah, well, you're Buzz's friend. Yeah, Woody. That was my Trump impression. But like his expression looks like.
Oh, yeah, wow, he's seen some stuff. I've got something really important to tell you, Mr. President. You gotta know about the moon. There's a thing.
There's goblins on the moon.
I haven't told anyone before.
They took Neil and they took Buzz and they replaced him.
Oh, fuck.
And no one will listen to me.
Do you think he gets sick of the moon? Because there's nothing anyone wants to talk to him about except for the moon, right?
The moon, yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon he goes out at night and he sees the moon. He's like, oh, fuck off. What happens to werewolves on the moon? If you put a werewolf on the moon, does he just turn into a werewolf all the time?
Yeah, they're just werewolves all the
Probably.
time.
Do they need spacesuits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary.
That'd be really spooky.
What do you reckon's the scariest thing you could find on the moon?
The previous crew.
Oh.
Apollo 1.
So you're on the moon.
So
Probably some buried transformers on the dark side of the moon. No.
let me just pretend that the moon's real for a second. Okay, yeah, I'm on the moon. Go on.
You're bouncing around.
And it's great. You're having a good time. But
What if you bounce too high? Will you fall off? Can you fall off the moon?
No.
No, you can't fall off the moon. What
gravity.
does that even mean?
I mean, I just think that it's like, what if it's
Fall
like,
where? Down space? Fall to the bottom of space?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe you fall off the moon. Maybe you trip and fumble, and you just got to sort of keep going.
Oh, imagine like if you actually do trip and just like accidentally rip open the suit. That'd be scary.
The angriest I've ever heard you. Do you reckon they started doing push-ups, and they're like, yeah, check this out. 150 push-ups, easy.
Like one finger.
But he's doing it with his knees down. He's like,
No, just film from the top half up. Neo, film from the top half up.
part of me thinks, just part of me, deep in my soul thinks, I reckon you could fall off the moon.
That's
What, you're just
Okay.
walking around normally, you just gotta be really careful.
God, I hope I don't fall.
Trip, and then whoop.
they're hiding fun stuff.
When I was a kid, I read a book called The Blue Nowhere by Jeffrey Deaver.
Go on.
Never heard of it.
It's a deadly game of cat and mouse, where one guy is the world's greatest hacker, and the other one is a brilliant but tortured criminal investigator who's slightly new to the computing world, right?
Oh, so it's like a modern version of Catch Me If You Can, based off that one short synopsis.
There's one point where they're having their hack off, and they're like, we gotta get into his mainframe, and then he's like, he's hacking into our mainframe at the same time, and they're going back and forth, who can counter hack the best? And then
Right.
it seems as though the hacker guy has kind of stopped. Maybe we did it, maybe we won. All of a sudden, the computer that they were hacking on explodes.
That's totally
Because
feasible.
the bad guy hacker managed to turn off all the cooling fans, and it just somehow
Right.
exploded.
Right.
What I'm trying to get around to is, how come the NSA doesn't do cool shit like that?
Yeah. It's never something cool like Watchdog, like hacking the bollards, and I'm like, dude, bollard hack, activate. In a world connected by Web
there's so many.
3.0,
Why are there so
nothing is
many?
safe.
Imagine we like go to war with China. They press the button and all the bollards go up at once.
Oh no.
But then I've got a sweet motorbike and I can get between the bollards. So I'm driving on my sweet motorbike. I'm listening to Day and Night by Kid Cudi.
Cut the Skyrim.
Yeah, I've got Skyrim theme playing.
They're hacking all the traffic lights. They're turning them all red.
But I mean, I don't stop at red lights anyway. Nice try.
So next,
Right.
they use up all the prepaid mobile data on your phone, and suddenly you can't connect to the internet.
What a coincidence that I just recently watched a video on my own time about
Prepaid mobile data.
like this guy was just downloading all these different games that have malware on them, and one of them was Fortnite.
On your phone,
1.8 terabytes for anime wallpapers, though.
and suddenly you can't connect to the internet.
And my plan doesn't reset until the 10th, so my hack gets cancelled.
My hack gets cancelled.
Which is hard because my other hand was already holding a beer, so now
Oh,
my hand's...
no.
I love that idea. Just being at the, I don't know, the NSA, the CIA headquarters. Stand down. Cancel the hack.
We need him working for us.
Thing is, like, you've got the movie version of hacking,
Yeah, that's not the greatest.
and then you've got the real life version of hacking, which is much more boring.
I was wondering if you can take a look at a website I'm trying to get to.
Sure, what's the website?
By clicking that link, he's just given David full access to his computer.
We're on his computer right now.
Tedious.
But what if actually it is as fun as in the movies, and it's much more like, have you seen Swordfish?
Yeah.
You're like spinning a cube around, and you're going, the site is being decrypted.
Oh, yeah.
You see the number going up. That would be so exciting. I think that's actually what hacking is like.
Sure.
And there's a deliberate move to pretend that it's not.
But what? Like, why?
I heard that the underground, government, whatever, I heard that they actually have like this big document that effectively has like contingencies for a whole bunch of really strange scenarios.
Well, what kind of contingencies would it be? Like what happens if the president has a sore tummy today and he has to do an address?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I reckon it'd be like, it wouldn't be an easy, simple solution. It would be the most convoluted thing possible. It's like, all right, so
knowing or at least knowing the government that's probably been quote unquote fired. Like there's some departments that are just getting fired left and right, so they might have just have convoluted stuff, but now they don't. I don't know. I look into things like this, but I don't really keep up.
We actually have a clone of him ready to go, so he can stay in bed. The clone can go out and do the speech.
Right.
Wait a minute. What if you cloned Trump?
Sure.
Then dispatched with the original. Would the clone still be president?
Would he still want to be president? You'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe it's my chance to be my own guy.
What if he goes to sign the thing at the inauguration?
Yeah.
And some other guy runs in real fast and signs his name.
I'm pretty sure that just doesn't count.
Yeah.
What if you're swearing in the president and it's a woman and she's pregnant at the time? Is the baby also president?
No, I think...
What if conjoined twins
What are these
win
questions?
the presidency?
One's president, one's vice president?
Yes.
That is an intriguing prospect.
Because they're not supposed to have the president and the vice president in the same room at the same time.
That sounds like
What?
fake.
No, it's true, because what if someone bombs the room?
They just what? There was just a recent at the time of this recording. There was a recent interview with Zelensky with Trump and Vance at the same room. So that theory is busted.
Then you lose both.
But what about all the...
I mean, I forget who would be next in line, but I feel like they have like an order to go through, like the president, the vice president, and so on and so forth, until like however many.
Those pictures where it's like Obama and Biden hugging.
Did you know that Trump has never met with that other guy?
JD Vance.
Yes. They've never met.
Being sarcastic, isn't he?
Because they can't ever be in the same room at the same time. It's illegal. They'll both be immediately executed.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
It is illegal.
It is illegal. Yeah, no. I actually had a girlfriend like that where we couldn't be in the... It was...
What if?
Yeah, for some reason, I just can't be within 20 feet of her.
Yeah.
Putin wanted to hang out with Trump like all the time, like be friends with him. And Trump was like, I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wouldn't leave. And so eventually he had to get a restraining order against him. But then Putin was like, well, you can't because I have diplomatic immunity.
Ooh, that is very intriguing.
What would you do?
It'd have to become a extra legal process where it's like, oh yeah, hi Putin. Yeah, no, Donald's not feeling very well today. We're just putting him to bed, so you might have to just come back another day, Putin.
Dodging him.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I've got it. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I don't think there are any real restrictions on Air Force One.
Oh, yeah, okay, go on.
So is the president allowed to just fly around to wherever to get ice cream or whatever? Or you know what I mean? Like, okay, now stop here.
I mean, I would assume so. If they can actually land and such stuff like that, but would they?
Yeah, that was good. Now let's stop here. Yes, let's
Also, I was right. These aren't conspiracies at all. They're just hypothetical questions.
stop at this Ben and Jerry's.
Could be completely wrong. But when Air Force One goes somewhere, there's like 2 other identical Air Force Ones that are like also going. So it's like,
This
I
is
think
not
so.
true.
I reckon the limitation comes down to, mechanical constraint. Like, there's just not enough space for 3 planes
just
at Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's parking lot.
Yeah, I suppose it's the landing. I asked that to, I sent a DM to Notch once, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've
Notch?
ever been on a private plane. Like, let's say you were going from New York to LA. Are you allowed to just say mid-flight, hey, can you stop and we'll get ice cream? And
Did he reply?
he said nothing. He didn't reply.
I got ghosted.
So I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know. I've never been on a private plane. I don't know what the rules are.
I just want to clarify, did you actually message Notch that?
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Outro.
You know what we forgot to do? Who are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
It's Mr. B.
I'm
From
Mr. B from Story Mode.
Story Mode.
I'm an editor.
Listen, we got Story
Okay.
Mode. We got
Oh,
other
okay.
channel, right?
Like I knew about Story Mode. I always thought that it was just Internet Historian and was it Many Kudos? I think because I thought they were narrating, but maybe they changed. Because like they used to use like Mark Zuckerberg and like someone else as the avatars, but now they have like these adorable MS Paint animals.
It's got 2 problems. Number 1, not enough people do reactions. I go to YouTube. I go to reactions. Everybody react and make
Hey, there's Chelzer. Oh, I've seen these. I mean, I watched them too.
main channel incognito. Where are the Story Mode reactions? What the hell? Also,
I'm not popular to be on that list yet.
other problem. Story Mode. Bad name. I'm changing it. Explain.
Okay.
I think that's a better name.
Explained.
Yeah, I like it.
Wasn't it explained before? Or I guess it was. That was just the title of the videos because it was like explained, Forspoken, explained. I have no mouth and I shall speak. Oh, what was it? Oh, I forgot the title. It was an interesting game story, whatever.
When people have to pronounce things funny. Have you noticed, like on main channel, like, do you know why it's called The Virus Strikes Buck?
Yeah.
It means nothing. It's just so that when I knew reaction channels and we're gonna watch it, they would pronounce it funny.
This is the Varus Strax book.
Huh. Oh, I also watched. I watched them too. But like, I always thought that he named it the virus just to sidestep the YouTube thing because at the time they were like really. I don't want to say like censoring, but not promoting videos that have the word virus due to COVID and stuff like that. I always thought that was the case. I guess I was wrong.
Strake's book. I can't just read what he wrote, apparently.
And it was just like funny to me that they'd have to. Anyway, point is, I like explained better. I think it's better
Explained
because then
is
you know
nice.
what you're getting.
But maybe some people haven't seen Story Mode.
Oh,
so
right, well-
what are they getting?
To do, Nate heads off into the wasteland. He goes running for many miles
Which is the
along
story
the
of the
road.
game.
It's
If you
just
don't wanna
like
play
that
it.
Cormac McCarthy novel, Blood Meridian.
Until he comes across an old petrol station? Whoa!
Maybe I should react to those.
And there he meets a new hairy four-legged friend.
I've only got 2 legs, Mr. B.
No, Mr. Z, this is a dog called Dog Meat, and he's going to be our new friend.
Nate asks if he's seen Sean at all.
Give me Sean! Now!
Alas, this shepherd hound only speaks German.
Ihr Sohn ist 60 Jahre alt und leitet das Institut.
Because he's a German
Do you think
Shepherd.
this boy could have used a harpoon? Look at him. He's a wee lad.
No, he's far too scrawny. Thin-necked urchin dunderpate like you could never wield a poon such as this.
Are you Alex?
Weirdly, he recognizes her.
That's me.
I'm Ryan.
If she was taking that kind of body language, I would not dare.
It's approach
Yeah.
the Well, it's like when like a dog, its ears go back and it starts showing its teeth. And you're like, here, boy! Like, no.
Scoot into the corner, little fella.
It is the perfect background content.
Generally what happens is you'll come in, it's usually like 12:30 or something, you just woke up.
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of just feel like watching video games today.
Yeah, I don't want to play it, but tell me what's happening.
Yeah, something like that.
Indiana Jones is solving a puzzle in the temple.
What kind of puzzle?
He's got to pour holy wine down a drain to get pictures of Jesus.
Oh, this is too complicated. Skip this part.
Oh no, but we need to do it.
Do some sound effects with your mouth. Make it more funny.
And then you like throw an empty beer bottle at me. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the conspiracy.
Behind the scenes.
NordVPN.com/incognito. NordVPN too, again, thanks.
All right. That was fun. Although, how many of this was actual conspiracies? Not a lot. I mean, there was some, I guess. the conspiracy of the toilet buttons. But yeah, maybe I should react to story mode / explained. But I wonder, should I just do the ones that I actually played before, or just have vague recollections of, or no idea of? Because I saw the Forspoken one. That one was, I would never play that personally. So yeah, we'll see. I'll try to react to those. But yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.